But when I read that passage, examine carefully, hold fast to what is good, abstain from every, and King James says from the appearance of evil.
Yeah.
And so if this group, this person has got this in their background, I'm going to wait and see maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
You disagree?
This is Ask Dr. Yee, where Dr. Michael easily answers your biblical or theological questions in 10 minutes or less. Today's question comes from Tiffany, and I'm not going to read it directly, but she asked about a specific CCM artist who has...
And what's CCM for people that might not know?
Christian contemporary music, who, of course, I hate to say it that way, but he got in trouble, sexual allegations, etc. And so her question is, how should the industry respond, the CCM industry, and what should CCM listeners do as far as keeping music in rotation? And then I think we just want to have maybe a broader conversation about just Christian celebrities. Yeah. And what do we do when we find out they're big fat sinners?
High profile. When I was in Virginia many, many moons ago, probably 93, I guess we first moved there, they had a bookstore with CDs were, of course, the medium in those days, and they would pull artists' CDs out of sale.
Well, Amy Grant, when Amy Grant went through her divorce.
Patty.
Patty. Oh gosh, we should not be allowed to do a show together, honestly, because neither of our brains. Listen,
you're supposed to know.
Sandy Patty,
thank you. I knew there was a Patty in there somewhere. Yeah, they pulled her music, and then authors would come along when an author got in trouble. So let's talk. I want to talk first about the circulation and get that out of the way, because you were in the music industry with Belmont and the Business School of Music.
Yeah.
So, I mean, do they have guidelines and rules and regs like K-Love? Would they pull something off?
I have no idea.
Okay.
I have no idea. I don't know.
I think early on, again, 30 years ago, they would pull something down. I don't know. Today, it's more about money than it is about ethics. Now, let's talk about prominent leaders in trouble, celebrities, prominent pastors. I was reminded of the First Thess. I had to look up the reference, 1 Thessalonians 5:21 and 2. But examine everything carefully. Yeah. Hold fast to what is good. Abstain from every form of evil. And not to be puritanical or naive, but I do think in wisdom you want to pull away from these things. Some of the pastors I've known, I have a list in my Bible in the back of 40 names of not necessarily, some are prominent, but some are just good people in ministry who got in trouble, and they're out now. And I don't keep them there as a judgment or condemnation. I keep them there, one, to remember I could be on a list like that if I was stupid, and two, to pray for them. Only one of them kind of repented and got restored. And even that's a little tremulous, the way that happened. So at the end of the day, we're fallen creatures in a fallen context, and we're 2 weeks away from ruining our life. But it's hard. And if we love these people and know these people, you want to make excuses for them.
Right. So, I mean, what do you think her point or her question specifically is, this CCM artist, we found out some bad things. Should we stop listening to their music?
That's what I'm saying. Yes. I'm saying
interesting.
Yes.
Interesting.
But I don't think it's the end of the world either way.
Right.
But when I read that passage, examine carefully, hold fast to what is good, abstain from every, and King James says from the appearance of evil.
Yeah.
And so if this group, this person has got this in their background, I'm going to wait and see maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
You disagree?
Yeah. It's not that I disagree. It's just, it's like, okay, then, and maybe this is a person that only listens to CCM music. I mean, because then it's like, well, what's the reason of not listening? Is it because you don't want to be supporting, essentially funneling money into their pocket still because you're streaming their music or whatever? Well, think about all the music you listen to. You don't know, it just...
Yeah.
Are we boycotting Target today or Johnson & Johnson or Disney? Or it just gets, to me, it gets so overwhelming. Like, we cannot function in this society if we're trying to make sure we're only putting money into the pockets of faithful Christ followers. And even then we're going to find out tomorrow that someone is a lie.
Well, and to your point, I mean,
but if it goes against your conscience, if you're like, I can't listen to this,
that's kind of where I am.
Then of course,
that's what kind of where I am. If it feels creepy to you, if it's not good, and you think you're going to abstain from it, then abstain from it. I listen to mostly secular music. And now it's classical, it's orchestration, but I don't know if those artists are all, good people or morally right. I mean, in the world and out of the world, I remember, again, back in D.C., I had an elder get in my grill about using PC and Microsoft because Microsoft was one of the early adopters with the same-sex benefits.
Interesting.
And I said to him, well, you think Apple doesn't do that?
Right.
I mean, where are you going to go? You're going to build a Linux machine and have your own OS system and write a word processor on WordStar 1? I mean,
right.
But he was apoplectic. You're using a PC and Microsoft products. Well, I mean, if you go to a concert or a football game, you're supporting things you don't want to support,
Totally.
So there's the in the world, of the world part of it. But I think to the question was not supporting the artist so much, but it seemed like she had a tension of, I don't think I should be supporting this. And that was my point. I think you make a very valid observation. Paul talks about eating meat sacrificed to idols and your conscience.
Yeah.
I love that because now we're not worried about eating meat, but if that's going to bother you,
don't do it. Totally.
Dan Britton's mom told her boys, if you had to think twice about something,
better not do it.
Don't do it. Boy, what a great litmus.
Yeah.
You think twice, don't do it. So if it causes her angst.
Yeah.
Now, as far as the industry, I don't have any leverage there.
Well, and we have friends in the industry that'll say the CCM industry is not that it's I got to be careful with my words, but it's no different than the pop industry, than the country. It's no different. And the problem is that there is Christian radio listeners believe that these men and women who are singing these songs and who have written these songs and who are touring are good, godly, faithful Christ followers. That's the problem. But the truth is that they're just the same. And there are incredible, faithful Christ followers in the pop industry and in the country industry. And, so it's a mess. It's a mess, and it's a business. They want to make money. It is about profit. And
that's okay.
It is okay.
We have an acquaintance you and I do who was early in CCM, and she did a couple of CDs, and she told me, she told us that she went somewhere and the handler said, what do you need in your room? And she goes, what do you mean? She goes, well, some people want, and she listed off, you want Perrier, you want, you want alcoholic beverages, you want M&Ms, you want fruit late, you need cocaine, you need marijuana. Yeah. And she was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
It was a straight up inventory, like whatever you need, you'll get.
That's right.
And that was the last time she toured. She said, I'm done. If this is the industry, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
And went on to do other ministry. But we get this idea, I guess you're right.
And there are good, godly men and women who are in the CCM world. I don't want to disparage them. There are, and that are wanting to, this is their career, but it's a ministry too. It's an outpouring of who God's created them to be, and they're trying to serve God's people through their music. I don't want to disparage that either, but I think we hold CCM on a pedestal or in a different way than we look at other music, and it's like, no, it's just all the same. And there are Christians in all those worlds.
You can say the same of churches.
Well, that is true.
There's a whole lot of churches
that you
expect the leaders to be, clean and pristine, and they're in all sorts of unfortunate things. Yeah. And again, examine everything carefully.
Yeah.
Hold fast to what is good. Abstain from every form of evil.
And maybe this is an incorrect application, but I kind of hear Paul, talking about, well, some are preaching the gospel because they're trying to make it worse for me and for their own gain, and they're, and he says, who cares? The gospel is being proclaimed. If Christ is
preached from contempt, I will rejoice. He's in prison. They're aggravating him. If Christ is preached from contempt, I will rejoice. And I think a lot of the health and wealth gospels fall into that category, that there are people that have come to Christ genuinely through these ministries, but the ministries are in error, in egregious error.
Yeah. Wow.
If Christ is preached from contempt, I'll rejoice. If they get the gospel out clearly,
praise God.
And we deal with the falderall later.
Yeah.
All
right. If you got a question for Dr. E, call us, text us, email us. The info is in your show notes.